Capcom and Nintendo was having a very productive relationship together with the Oracle games and the Four Swords games. To follow up with that, Flagship released the Minish Cap. The Minish Cap continued the art style of the Wind Waker and transported it 2D beautifully. It also carried over some 3D elements to the handheld, for instance the inclusion of an action button, which in this case is the art button. Link in this outing can shrink his size to solve puzzles. The game sold well and had relatively good reviews from critics, but fans were still hungry for their ocarina-like realistic 3D adventure, and so later, Nintendo delivered. Nintendo first showed off Twilight Princess at E3 2004, and fans were excited for the darker fantasy of Zelda that they saw. Twilight Princess in reality felt like Ocarina's successor. Even Link's trusty steed from Ocarina, Epona, made a return. Also, there is more of a Navi-like character named Minda. What was very unique about Twilight Princess was Link's new wolf form. Twilight Princess was also one of the longest Zelda adventures to date. Also, there were two versions of the game, the GameCube version and also a launch title Wii version of the game with Wii controls. The Wii controls seemed very useful during slingshot and bow aiming, and swinging the sword proved to be very cool with the Wii remote. Twilight Princess turned out to be the killer app the Wii needed, and it sold very well, in fact over 6 million copies. Join us next part where we dive into the two DS Zelda adventures, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Also, I go into the recently announced Wii game, The Skyward Sword.